Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course the law of attraction. Wow, I'm feeling a lot of really heavy, really intense energy coming up. This kind of feels similar to a deep sense of nostalgia. Along with this energy, you might find yourself somewhat reflecting on the past, looking back on certain things, people, or dynamics in your life, or just getting a very strong sense of déjà vu, as though things that you've already experienced are coming back around again in cycles. Now, of course, we all do experience these collective energies in different waves and on different timelines. So, as I always say, only take the messages that resonate with you on a personal level. But I am going to be shuffling the cards here because I feel that the spirit guides are trying to get through with some powerful messages about your spiritual path here on earth at this time. So, what do those listening need to know most? Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse position. So someone may be feeling as though they lost an opportunity or that they are lacking certain opportunities to move forward. This could be your energy, but this also could be someone connected to you who feels as though they missed some kind of a chance with you. Now, along these lines, we also have the Three of Swords reversed and the Judgment card in the upright position. So, forgiveness is a huge, huge message coming up here. But when I speak about forgiveness, I'm not talking about something external. I'm talking about an internal releasing of attachments to the past, really freeing yourself to live in the present and also vision out into the future of your life. I'm also getting a strong message about not allowing yourself to be bogged down with memories from the past because you are limitless. You have the power to create any kind of what we would call a future from a 3D perspective, but from a quantum perspective, it's all happening in the now. Your point of power is in the now. And when you shift your frequency now, you align with a brand new timeline that sets you on a brand new trajectory for your life. But many people keep themselves very stuck in life, in part because of such strong and intense attachments to the past and to memories of the past that actually keep them weighted down to one specific timeline trajectory instead of allowing them to raise their vibration and align with a higher timeline. So your energy is actually in a really beautiful place with the Nine of Pentacles upright. So if you have been feeling some of that heaviness or some of that intensity, this may be something that you are picking up from the collective or even empathically from people around you, especially because this is a time of year where many of us see and connect with and associate with people in the physical that may be representative of our childhood or of our past that we might not see very often during the year. So, if that is the case, again, really set up those energetic boundaries and be mindful of energies you are absorbing from these others that might be trying to kind of weigh you down to the past or to kind of negative cycles of thought because you are in this very thriving, independent, high vibrational energy. Now, of course, that is a very unique place to be. You really are one of those on the leading edge of this collective ascension into those higher level of higher levels of frequency. And as a result of that, very often your light will be very triggering to the shadow and the fear within others. And that might be part of what you are absorbing, the triggered reactions of others who are living more unconsciously to the intensity of your light. The word mindful just keeps coming up here, like be so mindful with yourself, with what energy you may be absorbing, even thoughts popping into your mind that could be coming from the ether subconsciously, from someone else's mind, even because not everything you think or feel is actually yours, especially if you are someone who is highly empathic, which I feel many of you listening do have those empathic abilities. We also have the Wheel of Fortune card. So this is a card of extremely positive and almost serendipitous change in your life. The number 1010 may be connecting with your energy as well. I want to really share more about this, well, what others might call lucky, but what we know to be high vibrational energy that you are in. But I also need to touch on that judgment card that came out in connection with forgiveness earlier. Because what I'm hearing is that a lot is being brought to light for people around you, and everyone has their own judgment in the sense that everyone must face their own shadow and must decide whether they are going to rise or whether they are going to remain in those unconscious patterns. Now, some are simply not ready, so they might eventually face and integrate their shadow self, but they may choose at this moment to still live rather unconsciously. And I feel that there is this message coming through of allowing others to walk their own path, understanding that you are a beacon, but you can't push ships to the shore. You can only guide them through your light. And a beacon of light in the form of a lighthouse guiding ships is anchored on the shore. It doesn't go out into the ocean trying to find the ships. It is simply that guiding light. And so, in similar fashion, the guides are reminding you to stay anchored and to continue shining your light, regardless of which boats choose to follow that light and come to the shore themselves, and which choose to perhaps move further away from it. And I feel this is coming through in part again because of that empathic absorption of heavier energies that could be taking place. This is a way of helping you to set up those mental boundaries by reminding yourself that you are not the one fixing, healing, changing, pushing other people. You are simply that beacon of light and love, and that is what you came here to be. I also feel there may be others around you who might pressure you to be different because they are uncomfortable with your level of freedom and the fluidity through which you move through life because you are so present with yourself, because you are so surrendered. So once again, I feel someone here being reminded that it may be triggering to others to see you living the freedom that they themselves desire to live, and to again be mindful of the way in which their triggered reactions could be empathically absorbed into your energetic field at times. I'm hearing sudden shifts are going to be important to pay attention to. Meaning, if you feel a sudden drop in your mood or a sudden vibrational or energetic shift that seems to come completely out of nowhere, particularly after an interaction or a conversation or an environment with a certain person, that is a major sign that you are actually empathically absorbing someone else's energy, because very often when something is coming from your own internal energy, it's something that occurs gradually. It's like a natural evolution that makes sense. But when it comes to absorbing energies externally, these shifts often feel really sudden, jarring, and abrupt, like when you walk into a room and immediately want to walk out because you can just feel the density of the energy of the room. Now, of course, you also have an impact on these people and environments to the positive as well, because you are like this filter for energy. You are a powerful alchemist, a transmuter of darkness into light. At the same time, I feel the message of still being very gentle with yourself and mindful of your own boundaries, because you can only be that guiding light as much as you are anchored within yourself. So here we have the Six of Wands. So ultimately, I see you again in this very successful energy. I'm hearing that you are going to have a very thriving and successful 2024 if you are listening while we're on the brink of the turn into the new year, especially. But regardless of when you are listening, I feel that there are really beautiful opportunities coming your way. You've put yourself in a position of alignment with extremely high vibrational things. You've aligned with this higher timeline, and therefore that has shifted all of your futuristic trajectories in a really positive way. But this card also connects with the heart space. So I see that these opportunities, people, connections, successes coming to you are coming through your open heart space. That's why your dominant work at this time is to keep your heart fully open, because that is where everything is flowing into your life from. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, so the most abundant card in the deck. I really just see this strong energy of thriving around you, and I keep hearing, remember who you are, especially if you are in a position of temporarily feeling a bit of heaviness, feeling a bit of lower vibrational energy, or even sadness. Remember who you are, because at your core, you are this abundant, thriving, creative being who is actively practicing that alchemy of transmuting darkness into light. And this is such a beautiful unfolding path that you're on. And whatever you're experiencing that might feel less than that or might feel a bit lower vibrational is artificial, meaning this is very temporary if that is something that you're going through. And again, may simply be something that you're picking up from someone else. So I want to know what else I can channel for the beautiful souls tuned in to today's reading. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups reversed. This is a card of taking an opportunity, no longer being in a state of regret or stagnancy. I'm curious if this relates to your energy or someone connected to you. We also have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So this might be someone external to you and a very opposite energy from you, because you came up as the Ten of Pentacles. So you're very much in that abundance, thriving energy, and hearing you've put in the work energetically and emotionally within yourself, and you're beginning to see those results in your life. If you aren't seeing them already, then you will be seeing them moving into 2024. But with this card reversed, I see there may be someone connected to you who's in a very opposite energy, who's gone through major unexpected changes in their life that they would possibly label as negative. They are wanting to get out of this rut or this period of stagnancy and take some kind of an opportunity here. This may be, if it's romantic, this person wanting to move towards you and take an opportunity with you, but that won't be the case for everyone. This does seem to be someone who historically has come up as the Page of Cups reversed. So someone who has been operating from a place of trauma from their childhood. It seems as though they got into these negative energy patterns at a very young age. I saw the number 444. And in the process of healing from that, they've really been resisting the healing process, resisting change, kind of staying stuck in lower vibrational patterns or dynamics because of childhood wounding or trauma that they were unwilling to face or heal for a very long time. This put them into a deep and long tower moment with the tower reversed, where they've had to experience the loss of many things, many aspects to themselves, their identity. Possibly this could even relate to them losing you in a romantic capacity or as a friend, depending on whether this is platonic or romantic. That may not be the case for everyone. I will say there's a lot of heavy energy around this person, and what I'm sensing is that whenever you would get around them, you would feel this heaviness. And I feel that this made the connection extremely complex because you may have had a bit of a codependent dynamic with this person where you had compassion for them because you were aware of these childhood issues that they dealt with that led to these negative patterns and dynamics. And I just keep hearing you had a big heart for them. However, they themselves were avoiding that healing process that needed to take place. And ultimately, this could have caused their heavy energy, that stagnant energy around them, to empathically affect you. And you might even feel it in your physical body after talking to or communicating with this person. This kind of heaviness, this sadness, this dense energy, because what you're feeling is almost like this cloud of energy around them. And I do feel that you have really leaned into your truth around this situation. And I'm hearing you're no longer self-sacrificing. You are being honest with yourself about what you need and what you deserve, either out of a friendship, if this is platonic, or a relationship, if this is romantic. And you've cut the chain on your end. You've freed yourself from some kind of emotional bondage here with the devil card reversed. But I want to see if I can get more messages on what this connection is or what it means for certain people listening. Okay, so something that's felt very indecisive or stuck here is actually going to experience a breakthrough with indecision and the victory card in the upright position. So this could be this person finally having some kind of breakthrough, wanting to stand up and fight for themselves, for this connection with the hostilities card in the upright position. This also could be you having some kind of mental or emotional breakthrough around this person or situation. With door to romance upright, I'm seeing that whether this breakthrough comes internally or externally, it's most likely going to open some kind of a new door in love for you, but it's going to require a new level of healing and opening your heart, which I feel you've already really been working on with the broken heart card reversed. This is really giving me that Three of Swords reversed energy as well, where you are forgiving something, allowing yourself to shift into optimism. I'm hearing for some of you, this may simply be finally giving yourself permission to be happy, to be fully loved and supported, to be happy in love or in relationships, whereas in the past you may have taken on the role of trying to heal or to fix or to change someone else. And this shift into simply releasing the past, forgiving in a sense, and allowing yourself to open to the kind of love that truly makes you happy, whether it's through a healed version of this person or whether it's through someone else entirely, this is you opening your heart in a new way. This is also really stimulating and lighting up the sacral chakra here as well. And I'm hearing that strangely, your sacral chakra has been really connected with your open heart space. So what this means is that you will notice that when you are over self-sacrificing, when you are trying to overgive to someone or fix or change someone or control something, it's going to shut off the flow of creative energy within you. The opposite is also true when you are truly surrendered, living in the present, opening your heart. allowing yourself to be happy, allowing yourself to experience the kind of emotional intimacy and love that you deserve. This is going to turn on that faucet of your creative energy as well, because these two aspects of you are extremely linked, especially at this time. So that could be one indication if you're not sure whether or not you're moving in the right direction energetically. Ask yourself, when I'm moving in this direction, do I start feeling more inspired, more creative, more passionate, more alive? Those are signs that your sacral chakra is being opened and healed through whatever direction you are moving in. Whereas if you find yourself around a certain person or situation or pursuing a certain path and you start feeling extremely stagnant, extremely low energy, closed off creatively, that can equally be a sign to the opposite, that you are moving in a direction that is closing off some of your energetic centers. And if that is the case, I'm hearing, especially around this second half of December, the guides are asking you to be fully real and transparent and honest with yourself, your internal self, to really ask yourself what is going to bring you happiness and fulfillment, what is going to light you up, whether that's in life, in love, in your world, to release any notion of needing to sacrifice yourself and to really lean into self-love and acceptance of what it is that you crave and also deserve. This may play into you then creating a vision for 2024. So if you set New Year's resolutions or create goals or vision boards, however you really orient yourself towards the new year, I'm hearing that this honest internal dialogue about what you want and deserve will really inform your vision for the upcoming year. And whatever vision you do create will hold a tremendous amount of power in shaping the beautiful things that you are going to be experiencing this upcoming calendar year. So, wow, big messages coming through here. I am going to be reshuffling the cards here. And I just want to know what else I can channel for the beautiful souls tuned in here. Okay, so we have the solar plexus chakra reversed. Once again, I'm getting those messages about almost like someone's energetic boundaries have been violated. Maybe you had someone or a group of people into your physical space and they may have brought some kind of lower vibrational restrictive energy into that space that left an imprint or footprint. That won't be the case for everyone. That felt hyper specific. If that is resonating for you, though, you might find it beneficial to sage your space or do whatever you typically do to cleanse the energy of a physical location. What else can I channel here? Yeah, we have the deceit card, so there's some kind of element of illusion here. I feel like, especially if you are the divine feminine listening here, which I know not everyone here resonates with the divine feminine. Of course, these labels, divine feminine and divine masculine, are not meant to connect with gender. They connect with energy dynamics, and we all do have a balance of each within ourselves. But I am getting that if you are a divine feminine, I feel you have particularly triggered certain collective thought forms around you with your light. And I know this sounds strange, but I feel as though the intensity of your light has shined in some place that has caused a great deal of energetic upheaval and triggering. This could be because you were around a certain group of people recently that you're not usually around. You could have been to a new location, but I'm just hearing like earthquake of energy. It feels like you've really shaken up someone's or a group of people's mindset, paradigm, way of thinking, way of believing. And overall, this is incredibly healing to the divine masculine collective energy. But again, it's also very triggering as well. I'm yearning to recenter yourself on self-love and self-appreciation with the appreciation card in the upright position. I'm getting something about roses here. This may speak to the polarity of the kinds of reactions you're going to get out of others because, of course, roses are very beautiful, but they also have thorns, which can be very painful. And it represents the two sides of everything, the beauty and the pain. Likewise, I feel as though you trigger reactions out of others that are either very beautiful or very painful, meaning that someone can find it very painful to have their shadow triggered by your light, but they can also really admire the beauty of your light and how it mirrors back to them the beauty within themselves. You are on a highly spiritual and very specialized journey here on earth as a soul, and I see that represented with the door to spirit card in the upright position. We also have the indecision card here again, so I want to know more about this indecision card. So someone here might feel stagnant or feel indecisive, but this could actually be that element of illusion coming up with the deceit card, because while you might feel indecisive, you are actually perfectly on the right path, represented by the temple path and the angel of love in the upright position. I'm hearing as long as you are living in the energy of unconditional love, you are aligning naturally with your highest timeline, even if at times you feel like you are stuck because you're not sure exactly what action to take in the physical 3D world. Those feelings of stuckness at times are simply your ego trying to conceptualize or label or figure out in a concrete way experiences that are just that. They are meant to be experienced and lived rather than being intellectualized. And I just feel as though someone I'm speaking to is going through that right this moment, where you may be going through something that is truly just meant to be surrendered into and leaned into and lived and experienced, not figured out and planned and intellectualized. So I'm going to reshuffle here. I do want to let you know that if this reading is resonating, we will be continuing on in the extended version on Patreon. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, when I channel these main collective readings, I also channel an extended version of each reading where we go more in depth on the messages. In today's reading, I'll also be doing a deeper look at your aura, so reading into who or what could potentially be connected to your energy at this time and how that might be affecting you, as well as any further higher self or spirit guide messages. So again, all of that information will be in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But for now, I want to see if there are any closing messages here for the beautiful souls tuned into the reading. Okay, so it's interesting that we just addressed the Divine Feminine, because from the Rumi Oracle, I actually got Dance of the Divine Feminine. So I'm going to be reading a little bit from the guidebook here. And the guidebook says, if a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like seawater. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, you may feel unsettled, beloved, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see. Is it moving? Of course. It is hurtling through the skies, spinning, tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness. Yet you stand there, imagining you have a choice of not moving. This oracle comes to you with guidance. Your life may feel as though it is being tipped upside down. Accept the great invitation to dance. Soon you'll be able to find your orientation, even if everything you have once held on to appears to be shimmering and insubstantial, a mere dance of light rather than solid ground. This will become so easy for you because your orientation will flow from within, from the heart, and no matter what shifts and changes take place around you, your center will remain strong. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Thank you so much again for tuning in to today's reading. If you do resonate with my energy, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And of course, the link to the extended version of this reading, where I will be heading to now, is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love today. Have a beautiful remainder of your day and start to your week. And I will connect with you here again in Wednesday's reading.